Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to Dr. Fauzan and the viewers. Today we are from civil engineering student. We will present about our project for transportation engineering ECB 3611. Proposed road profile within of Jalan Semampu and Jalan Maasan, and we are from Group 7. Before we go further, we will introduce ourselves and our group, myself and our group member. My name is Ahmad Afiq bin Azmi. My matric number is 189137.
My name is Muhammad Idham bin Chetla and my matric number is 190100.
My name is Kushin and my matric number is 188735.
My name is Nurul Hidayah binti Cik and my matric number is 18915.
My name is Aisha binti Husni. My matric number is 188835.
My name is Nur Akilah binti Muhammad Mahtia and my matric number is 190033.
Okay, so for the introduction, our group need to propose a two-lane state road to connect the existing section of roadways of Jalan Semampu and Jalan Maasan. And we have to propose a design of profile of the proposed construction in terms of the vertical alignment in order to provide an acceptable level of traffic safety and also comfort. Okay, the design must match the grades and elevation of the existing section of roadways of Jalan Semampu and Jalan Maasan. Okay, to ensure that the road is safe to use by the road user as well as can provide a easy flow of traffic. The design must meet the design criteria and safety standards according to the Arahan Teknik Jalan JTR. And also, before we go into the design part, we must choose the location before design the horizontal and vertical alignment. And the location must be short. The route or path selected must be short, easy to construct and maintain, safe for traffic operation and also economical. And to choose the location, we must apply the principle of highway division. Okay, under literature review, there are three parts which are geometric design, bridge design, and also intersection design. Okay, for our project, the roadway is expected to cross the river and also is expected to intersect the existing highway. So the bridge and intersection are expected to be proposed in our design. So for geometric design involves with the elements such as horizontal and vertical alignment, cross-section, profile, and also highway types. Okay, based on roadway design manual, the basic principle of consistency in highway design, the roadway must follow the basic principle of consistency in design standards so that the road does not surprise the drivers, bicyclists, and also pedestrians. And the ideal highway design is one with uniformly high standards applied consistently along the section of roadway and also can serve large volume of traffic at high operating speeds. And for bridge design, the selection of bridge type is important because it is based on the loading and also the location of the bridge. The types of the example of bridge type is beam bridge, cable bridge, and also arch bridge. And the information is obtained from Coastal Bridge Co.LLC 2015. And there are five. And the important bridge design features such as the bridge roadway width is obtained from the CDOT Bridge Design Manual 2002. And for the intersection design, for intersection, may involve a turning movement between the highways. And turning movement between the highways may be handled by various means such as signal, signing, and also channelization. And there are also 5 basic elements of design consideration of an intersection, which are human factors, traffic considerations, physical elements, economic factors, and also functional intersectional areas. And the information is obtained from the CDOT Roadway Design Guide 2002.
And for the objective, for the objective of the project is first to complete the project in the specific time and allocate cost. This is basic things. If we design something, we must have the timeline and the cost of the project. Second, to understand with the 4 basic type of condition survey. We know we have 4 type of survey, and with this project we will know the type of survey to complete the project. Acquaint participant with the different procedure and equipment available. And lastly, aware of the purpose, advantage and disadvantage of the different procedure. So from this project, we will know the advantage, the disadvantage of the procedure and the project. And if our project have the weakness, so we can overcome.
Okay, for the methodology. Okay, we need to know the principle of highway location, which is we have 4 principles. First is the study, second is the reconnaissance survey, third is preliminary location survey, and lastly the final location survey. Okay, from the principle of highway location, we know that the study area is at Kuantan, Pahang, and then the terrain of this site is hilly, and then the climate of this place is rainforest, Tropicana rainforest climate, and then the height range is 160 to 220 meters. And then the type of soil is clay, and then there is a river between Jalan Semambu and Jalan Mahasai. And then from the preliminary location survey, there are 2 evaluations that need to be done, which is economic and environmental evaluation. And lastly, from the previous survey, we obtain layout detail, and then we can finalize the position of structure and road element is determined, and then lastly point of intersection can be obtained. Next. Okay, for this project, we propose flexible pavement as the study area is in Tropicana rainforest zone, and then it also has self-healing properties due to heavier wheels load. Here is the layer of the flexible pavement, which is first surface course and then binder, then base course, subbase, and then the compacted subbase on the ground. Next. And then here is the proposed cross-section of the road, which is we propose to have a 20 meter of right way, and then there are 3.6 travel length for each road, and then 3.6 meter outside shuttle. Okay, here from the design speed, it is set the speed the design speed for 60 km per hour, and then based in guide on geometric design approved by JKR, the stopping side distance is 85 meters, and then the vertical profile of road affect the performance of vehicles. So the maximum grade control in terms of the design speed. So here we can see the design speed, which is 60 km per hour, and then the desirable maximum grade, which is 5%, and lastly the maximum grade is 8%. And then based in guide on geometric design of road by JKR also, we can know the maximum K value. K value is introduced to determine the minimum length of crest and set vertical curve for various speed, which is here we can see the design speed is reset at 60 km per hour, so the minimum K value is 50. Okay, so here we propose road is we propose to make a 4-way intersection at section 2+5 3.5, and then there is a traffic signal added to control the traffic flow, and there is also signboard for the road user safety. And then lastly, we propose a bridge to be constructed at station 3 plus 500 to 3 plus 600 as it connected the road between Jalan Mat Hassan to Jalan Semampu. And then we propose beam bridge, and then we also need to add piers at the middle so that it can resist from twisting and bending when the load is applied.
Okay, so I will explain for the results and calculation. So this is the profile of the roadway we proposed, and we found that there are totally of 5 curves that we need to analyze. So this table shows the station and elevation of PBC and PBT of each curve as observed from the graph. And in the calculation, firstly we need to determine the initial gradient and also the final gradient in order to find the absolute gradient. And with the use of this absolute gradient and the K minimum value determined by JKR, which we showed just now, we can check if the length of our station has exceeded the minimum length. After that, we need to find in the station of the PBI and also the station of PBI, we can find the distance of the lowest point or highest point from the PBC curve. The highest point or lowest point is depending whether the curve is a set curve or crest curve. So after that, with the formula, we can get the elevation of PBI, PBT, and also the lowest or highest point we checked just now. So this is the summarized properties of curve 1, curve 2, curve 3, curve 4, and curve 5. So next is the cut and fill off-road section. Since we find that the profile of our proposal is different with the original roadway, so we need to do the cut and fill off-road section. And the yellow color part represent the fill section, and also the green color part represent the cut section.
Okay, so I will explain for the discussion part. So for the concept design, first, as explained by two of our group members, the first is we use proposed road pavement type. So there are 2 types of road pavement, which is one of it is flexible pavement and rigid pavement, which is in this case we are going to use the flexible pavement as explained by Akila just now. Flexible pavement, actually the reason why we decided to choose this for our road design is because it has a self-healing properties, and along the Jalan Mat Hassan and Jalan Semampu, there will be most frequent vehicles who use the road is heavyweight vehicles. So if a road is not paid carefully, if the road pavement is not paid carefully, then the road will be easily cracked or damaged by the heavy vehicle because it cannot cater to the heavyweight. And so also the road pavement, because Malaysia is a tropical rainforest zone, so the changes in temperature will have an effect on the road as well. So flexible pavement is one of our choice to be used for the road design. Next is the proposed cross section of the roadway. So as the proposed cross section of the roadway is just as explained in the methodology, the pavement itself is designed to be able to diminish the intensity of the load. Also provided with the low budget for the construction, the design that we have explained before is actually fit the criteria that we expect from this project. And for this one, the image of proposed cross section of the roadway. So the right way for the cross section of the roadway is proposed to be 20 meters. But for 2-lane state, the distance here will be 3.6 as well as here, 3.6 meter. And then with the addition of outside shoulder from at both sides will be 3.6 meter as well. So the total of it will be around 14.4 meter, which leave a few extra road for future purpose of construction, future development purpose. And there will be no inside shoulder because for 2-lane road, there is no need for a large width. And then the design speed. The design speed for the study area will be set at 60 km per hour because most of it is heavy vehicles, and also as for the stopping side distance, we will use 85 meter because by referring to the JKR guide, we have referred to it and decided to use 85 meter as referred to 60 km per hour, the design speed. So the drivers can avoid hitting unexpected obstacles and maneuvers, and also they can pass slower vehicles or stop immediately when they see unexpected obstacles in front of them. And during daytime, the SSD is already available, but during the night, SSD is not available. So we have to provide the stopping side distance suitable for the drivers. So yeah, so they can avoid the unexpected obstacles. And the vertical alignment. Based on the vertical alignment, we will be using two types of vertical curves, which are side vertical curve and crest vertical curve. So I will be explaining about the curve. So here we have 5 curves that we are going to propose for the profile based on the provided profile. I don't think you can see the black line, but it is the original profile of the road, and then the proposed profile is the red one. So at curve 1, it will be a side curve because based on the calculation we have determined it, where is the lowest point and the highest point. Curve 2 is a crest vertical curve, and the third and the fourth will be side vertical curve, and here will be the crest vertical curve. So side vertical curve, as we all know, is a curve that has a downward convexity, and the design of this side is the vertical curve has to compromise 3 factors, which is aesthetic, design, safety and comfortable for the drivers. So in order to determine the suitable length for the side vertical curve, we have to determine the SSD. SSD plays an important role in designing this type of vertical curve because due to its characterization by a positive change in grade, then the vehicles traveling over this curve are accelerated upwards. The inertia of driver's body will induce an upward acceleration that feels like a downward thrust. These two types of force combined together will give the drivers discomfort upon driving. And then so it is our task to design the type of curve that will provide them safe and comfortable ride. And then the next one is the crest vertical curve. Crest vertical curve is, as you can see here, the curve 5 and curve 2. It is relatively much easier to design compared to side vertical curve. And in here, there are 3 types of SSD that we can use. The first one, side distance, is the stopping side distance. Second one is the passing side distance, and the third one is design. Wait, okay, I don't remember, but never mind that. So both of them can also be used for the design, but we actually the passive site distance is expensive to be used for this construction, and given that we have a limited budget for the road construction, so we have to use SSD, and also by referring to the guide of JKR, so we can actually limit our cost and maximize the usage of the budget. And then the next one is I will talking about the bridge here between curve 3 and curve 4 at the side vertical curve, where the bridge will be constructed across the river, right? Okay. And then this is to make drivers easier to cross the river. And then the next one is the intersection that we will be doing at curve 2, where we will be doing the roundabout because it actually cut costs rather than doing traffic signal intersection. And then curve for the side curve, we have to take into consideration of the drainage design as well, because it has a downward convexity. Therefore, water will act as a rain catchment basin. So, to have a proper design of drainage, this has to be designed properly to avoid water from being accumulated on the road. Okay, that's it. Different section. Actually, this is the first step that we have to do. But we put it as the last. Okay. So some of the location has to be cut and fill in order to even or level the elevation. So it provides a comfortable ride for the drivers. And as you can see, we do not use too much cutting and filling for the sections because we are going to cut down the cost and use the limited budget as possible as we can.
As for the recommendation, firstly is use of software, which is to improve the design of our vertical road profile. Next is what we recommend is state government should increase the budget for the project so that we can improve the road facility. To increase the safety and comfort of road user. For example, is use of smart traffic light at the four-way intersection. This is to ensure smooth traffic flow and also to boost fuel efficiency. Next is for the example of increase the budget is use of safety rolling barriers, which is to provide cushioning effect during a car crash. Also to reduce high speed effect and reduce injury to occupants and damage to the vehicle. Okay, as for conclusion, we have come up with type of road that we choose is flexible pavement, which is can induce stress when there are change in atmospheric condition, and we also set design speed at 60 km per hour to ensure the safety of road user, and also stopping side distance is 85 meter, which is very important because there are 5 vertical curve at the proposed area. As said before, 5 vertical alignment curve consists of 3 set vertical curve and also 2 cross vertical curve, and we also propose for construction of bridge to cross the river at the curve 3 between curve 3 and 4, and also four-way intersection to handle the crossing over. As conclusion, we as a group have complete design for 2-lane state road between Jalan Semambu and Jalan Mak Hassan by referring to Arahan Teknik Jalan. That's all from us. Thank you.